Right then, this is a walk around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 1.6 SR. This car's covered just over 54,000 miles and has actually got the option of the sat-nav fitted as well. It is in absolutely beautiful condition, finished in this urban titanium which looks fantastic on the car. Very high spec car. This is one just below the EX, but got loads of equipment. Go around the car, lights and lenses completely clear and intact, front bumper absolutely clean as a whistle. Bonnet itself, hardly see any stone chips or anything really on it at all. It's wonderfully clean. So come to the near side, passenger side first. Panel work is mirror smooth, absolutely fantastic. Near side front alloy, the one takes all the bashing, and I can't see a mark on there anywhere. Extraordinary really. Panel work down this side, again absolutely unmarked. It's in wonderful condition there. Near side rear alloy, again no marks at all. Let's go around the back of the car, the corners absolutely clean. Around the offside, driver's side, again panel work is mirror smooth. Offside rear alloy, again completely unmarked, no scratches or skags. Main panel work, again, it's just extraordinarily clean. This is one of the cleanest CR-Vs you're going to see at any price or age. It really is in wonderful condition. Coming to the back of the car now, huge boots on these CR-Vs, 60/40 fold on the rear seats, and you pull a lever now on them just here and on the other side, and that drops the seat stand in one very nicely engineered motion. Just to show you underneath the luggage cover, carpet looks absolutely as new underneath there. So coming into the back of the car now, this is quite often the Achilles heels of sort of family SUVs, because this is where the kids sit, and so they get bashed about, but this looks almost as new in the back. It is in beautiful condition. Front passenger door card, as with all the others, looks again pretty much as new. There is a full set of very clean looking original Honda mats, and then obviously it's a part leather interior on the SRs, which looks fantastic, and is in again fantastic condition there as well. So finally coming to the driver's door card. Window is lovely and clean, and driver's seat again is in absolutely beautiful condition there. So sat inside the car now, engine's running to this section so the dash can be seen illuminated. Dashboard looks brand new, it is incredibly clean. As you can see there, as I said, fitted with the optional sat nav, and this is the higher grade sat nav that you find on the top of the range EX models, not the lesser model. Obviously DAB radio. Pop the car reverse there, and you get this big screen rear parking camera, whereas the cameras on the SRs are normally mounted up there in the little pod in a smaller camera, so again it benefits from that as well. Dual zone climate control system controls, all very high quality. Heated seats on the SR as well, which is lovely to see, but it's just again been kept absolutely sensationally well. We come across the dashboard binnacle, hopefully you can see 54,006 miles just turned over. No warning lights at all on the dashboard whilst the engine's running, but the video can in no way do justice just to how nicely kept this car is. Just to quickly show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, both here and present with the car. So finally, just to come under the engine bay, as always with Honda, they present them really well. Fantastic engines, really are, more of which in the following road test video. Right then, this is just a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic, Honda CR-V even. It's the 1.6 SR diesel, registered RO64FPE. Mileage at the start of the road test is literally turned over to exactly 54,000 miles as I drove down the road there. The reason we do the videos is very simple actually. We basically want people who are looking at, you know, our cars in adverts online to actually see those very cars in operation. You know, we're very well aware, and to our cost as well, how frustrating it can be to go and see a car which looks great in the photos and the description, only to find out when you get there and drive it, it's got a fundamental problem which you clearly should have been told about before setting off. So that's why we do it, so it is critical in that sense. Road test is also done on part of the road test route any prospective buyer would go on, so hopefully then would be representative of what you'd feel yourself if offered a test drive in the car. The car itself has been wonderfully well looked after, and without wishing to be a complete spoiler, it is immediately apparent as soon as you drive the car. It just feels as tight as a drum. Engine starts absolutely instantly, settles to completely smooth, even idle, and temperature gauge running at a third now, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda car, and it's been running under sort of for well over an hour now. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. The engines themselves are just fabulous units, they really are. They're smooth, powerful, refined, quiet in operation, but just a lovely unit to use day in, day out, and they give extraordinary fuel economy, they really do. And obviously being a Honda, you know, very tough and reliable, and cam chain driven, no cam belts to worry about on these, so no big services looming, and in my opinion the only way really to join the top and bottom of an engine. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch of the car absolutely perfect, bite points exactly where it's meant to be, it's nice and smooth in actuation. 6-speed manual gearbox is just joyful to use. I've said it before and I'll say it again on these videos, it's a gearbox that would happily sit in any of Honda's sportier offerings. It's short and throw, snappy in action, it's precise, accurate, got a lovely mechanical feel to it, which is all the more impressive given the fact that the linkage from here to the gearbox underneath is by cables, not by mechanical stuff anymore. So what they've done is just a fantastic job, and I can feel zero wear in it. It feels exactly as you would expect on a new one. Steering of the car, which has always been a strong point in the CR-Vs for this type of car, because it's positive, it's accurate, it's quick enough to be, you know, good to use without being overly sensitive, and not slow, which I despise in cars. But it also just feels really tight on the road as well. It feels lovely, and the car feels nice and solid and heavy on the road. But the steering again feels zero wear in it. Track's absolutely dead straight, and there's no vibrations at all coming back to the steering wheel at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. Chassis of the car, which is, you know, Honda just have done a brilliant job on it because it's a family car ultimately, so its design criteria is all about giving you sort of a comfortable ride, but without doing, especially corners like this, turn in, limited body movement, whereas compared to some cars which kind of sway about, which can be really unsettling for passengers. Honda know this market very well indeed. It's, you know, the CR-V is the best selling SUV in the world, so they know their market very well indeed. Also, whilst I'm driving, I'm just listening out for any kind of noises coming from underneath the vehicle that shouldn't be there, sort of mechanical sort of clonks or bangs or anything like that, and there's nothing at all coming from underneath the car. It's absolutely silent in that respect. Brakes in the car, just going to get around this corner a bit and then give them a bit of a shove. I know they're good, I've already tried them, but just give them a nice hard shove on there. Really good brake pedal, nice and powerful, but there's no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal at all, and it pulls the car up nice and straight. It doesn't sort of deviate in any way. Interior of the car, it's not been cleaned yet, but it's very clean indeed, in all honesty, and they are just beautifully made cars. They really are. As I labour the point, unfortunately for people, but you know, it is true that it does. I find it so frustrating when you read the same road test magazines lauding the same manufacturers for being beautifully made. Beautifully made isn't heavy sounding doors or squidgy plastics, it's how the cars hold together over many years, and this is where the Hondas are brilliant in that respect. Honda know their market, they know the customers want to wipe clean the surfaces and keep them nice and tidy. They don't want these buttons peeling and all that kind of stuff. Every button has a wonderful damping and actuation. The quality of the switchgear is absolutely brilliant. It really is, and it's a lovely dashboard to operate. As you probably know from the advert, that this is a very well spec'd car anyway, the SRs, but this one in particular gets the option, and it's a lovely option, of the highest grade sat-nav system they put on them. This is basically from the EX, so you get the hands-free system built into it. Sat-nav works perfectly. Rear camera is the big camera rather than the small camera up the top. So, and all working exactly as it should. Likewise, air conditioning. We put it into the a nice warm workshop earlier on, blowing out lovely cold air as well. Heated seats working exactly as intended as well. Dashboard, simple, easy to take the information in. Again, all working exactly as it should. Steering wheel feels as new in hand, small in diameter, lovely to feel and hold on to. And all the buttons, all the controls working exactly as they should as well. So I said at the start of the video that the point of these videos is really very simple indeed. It is literally just to show the car, but to feedback any issues. And I've been driving CR-Vs for decades now, and so we know them rather well. The car drives absolutely perfectly. It really does. It's been just so well looked after, this car, in every sense, and mechanically, all of its servicing done by Honda. But people have obviously cherished it. That's the best way to describe the car. As usual though, if you've got any questions about it, don't hesitate, do give us a call.